hope that mic turning on wasn't very loud. Okay, well, things happened. I was fussing with Windows for a minute there. Let's see. That's not L, is it? Okay, good. This is where I was hoping it would be. So that would mean the next one is Monsters and Mazes. Apparently, I know exactly, if I recall, what the second secret of that was. Yeah. Okay, well. Alphabet Stream. Pardon me if I clear my throat a lot, I just had milkshakes with lunch, which tends to gum up my throat with something terrible. So, maybe penultimate one that's going to be in M's? Hard to tell, but Monsters and Mazes is a far-out game. By LKJ, fun rooms with an emphasis on breakable wall mazes. I'm not sure if these two words and those two words at the end go together. By an 8-year-old girl, but place-tested, it's all doable. Alright. Doable is different from fun. So let's see. Entrance 1. It says A and then 6 dots. And my keys weren't working for a second there. Seems like they're fine now. Here's a free room, just need to blow up the bomb. A free first place even. What's this say? Search behind a ball to find a secret room, 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, but maybe I won't do that right now. Oh yeah, I could probably just hit that fuse, huh? Also, that's not very useful, is it? Let's see what happens if I just hit this fuse first. That's slightly better. The southwest corner, which is what the scroll was talking about, the ball, also has a cracked wall, right there. But I do want to clear this room first, then fuss with that. Okay, now okay.
Evan?
Now let's see what the scroll says. You're stuck. What about my stuck? I bet it's better than you're stuck. guess that's... an emphasis on broken wall mazes. Hooray. Okay, well there's the way you can get here. I guess that's all there is to this room. So what was the point of having an exit over there? I can't go back that way because there are red doors in the way. So going the way that the scroll recommends, that is where the quote-unquote ball is, basically means enduring a lot more tedium than going this way. I still have to endure a little tedium just for doing this at all, because I have to go back and do this. Well, this is a room. Okay. Not really sure what to think of this. Uh-huh. I guess I'll push that queen out rather than sitting around, rather than chasing her down. Whoops. There we go. And the spiders, which I can't reach this way. I need to go a really long way around to reach them. Because at least the green door means that I won't have a tedious way back, but yeah, okay. Oh man, this is such a breakable wall maze. I totally didn't know where to go when I walked in the room. This reads to me as the 8-year-old didn't know how to handle goblins. Like, didn't know how to deal with them as an enemy. So they just made a room where they could definitely kill the goblins completely safely. I don't know if this qualifies as a maze, considering you can literally go anywhere you want. That's like calling an open football field a maze. at this room. There is nothing behind the red doors. Nothing at all. There is a cracked wall to the south. One down. Two down. This isn't even a secret room, it's just a room. I guess I have to redo that. Yep. The classic, how many different doors can I put in the player's way for absolutely no good reason trait that an unusually large number of semi-not-good holds tend to have for some reason. B, lowercase b, it was an uppercase A. Entrance 1. High. Yep. This is apparently a secret room. And there is another exit to the west. This room exists. I sure am glad I investigated that. This is apparently not a secret room. I'm not sure I understand what this architect's standard for what makes a room secret or not secret is. Like, you have a secret room you absolutely have to go through to reach all these non-secret rooms, but all of them are behind a cracked wall maze. What? Thank you. I kind of wish there was an option to make puzzle mode decrease the opacity of broken and cracked walls so that you could clearly see which ones are those. Huh. Oh, here's another secret room. This one is full of snakes. Okay. I'm just gonna wait until they all bonk themselves. There we go. I still haven't seen an exit level, and the entrance had blue doors in it, so I'm not completely sure where I'm supposed to go if there's no further exits to this room. Unless there's a broken wall path I missed back in the room to the north of here that leads further north, which isn't impossible, but seems really obnoxious. You couldn't keep yourself from being tangled up like an idiot long enough to get stuck in where I wanted you to be stuck. Stellar. I don't think there are any other exits to this room. That leaves me with this horrendous mess to navigate again. There's the way. Okay. Well, that happened. I guess I can just stand here and get a first place. Yep. And then I can completely refuse to interact with these bombs in any way whatsoever. I was hoping to do something fancy and put the red snake into the blue snake, but I just don't think I'm going to achieve that personally. I'll just stick him in here then. There we go. I'm curious what the optimal first place solution to this looks like. Because it's a very open-ended room in a lot of ways. I wouldn't be too surprised if it involves either pushing the snake through the pushing the regular snake through the entrance or up against the blue snake. There's our exit level. And I knocked over my microphone. Sorry for any incurred noises from that. Okay, let's see what the best solution looks like. Goes straight for the blue snake. Carefully maneuvers the red snake right into him. That's pretty good. It's always interesting to me to note that there is actually, the demo system actually records not just what the moves were, but the exact when of each move was pressed in real time. Now, which of these opens the door that I came from? I guess I'm supposed to use the mimic. Alright. And back to this maze. Because we haven't seen this one enough. Alright, we can say bye to high. C, entrance 1. Oh, the 8-year-old discovered tar stuff. This is worn thin, I think. I've had just about enough of this. Let's just, yeah. Okay. We've seen the mazes and we've seen the monsters, and it's not been very impressive. Let's just move on. The Monsters Cave, The Darkness Within, by Sims 5000. Okay. At least I can see in the light. Okay. We have one of these rooms. That's cool. It's not that hard to defuse, but it is a little annoying. Clever. Ish. Not very hard, but somewhat clever to set up. Now, how do I get there? I guess... okay, that's broken wall. Got it. I'm gonna just, actually, come to think of it, none of those queens can spawn right now, because they're all sitting right next to yellow doors. Otherwise, I was saying maybe I'll just let the snake bonk itself against the queen spawns. I probably shouldn't destroy those walls in quite that way. There we go. In you go. Moving right along. Is that another high I see right there? An H, and an I, and a weird tail up here up top. Well, this looks obnoxious regardless. Now how do I hit that orb without dropping all of the trapdoors in? Actually, how do I drop all the trapdoors? Oh, I missed a thing. Okay. Simple solution that I just kind of skipped over as I was going. Sometimes we create our own problems. In that case, I don't need this force arrow. A little bit, it seems. I have a great idea. Let's put an obnoxious giant pile of trapdoors so that the player has to sit around chopping tar babies for 2 hours. Oh boy. There we go. I don't really understand how this is supposed to ever work. I mean, I don't have any option ever to not be in this cramped passageway. I guess I can push slightly ahead here, but it's not very long before my only option is to just continually chop them up. I don't see anywhere that'll work. Yeah, I thought that was what you meant, but I'm not seeing anywhere that'll work. The passageway is too narrow at every step, so there will only ever be one. I guess this is workable, maybe? This remains a really obnoxiously bad room. Congratulations, room. You put exactly one clever thing in you, amidst a sea of tedium and annoyance. And I'm not even sure if that good thing was on purpose. Look at this. This is great. This is great. Just look at that. Why? Why would you ever? Who would ever want to? Apparently. God. Why though? Whose idea was... why? I mean, I know whose idea it was, the architects, but like I can't understand why he would ever think that was a good idea. Oh, hold on. I should probably kill this snake with that. Let's see, get him sitting on there. Perfect. There we go. No more snake. Now, am I required to put the mimic somewhere, or what? I'm trying to push them into this hallway. Or at least just kill one of them. There we go. I'll take it. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything that opens this door, which I need to open those doors. So I'm working on the hypothesis that I need to put a mimic here in order to open up the way to kill these roaches. And now, having done that, I have access to another mimic potion, which I'm not sure where I need that either. I guess I'll just leave it alone for now. Looks like I need to expend that last mimic to open that door over there. So I sure am glad I didn't waste him earlier. Oh. Okay. Sure, why not? I have a hallway, I have a 4-wide hallway. I have a lot of tar babies. I can use them to fill that hallway. Won't that be fun and amazing and great? Won't everybody love that? Like in that previous room, I can sort of see an effort to try and make something, but it just doesn't come out to be much of anything is the problem. It's not very challenging or interesting. It just sort of, you go through the motions and there's nothing left by the time you're done. About the most difficult thing in that last room was figuring out where it wanted me to put the mimic, just because of the way all the orbs were configured. I can't wait to have to come all the way back out through this entire roach maze zone just to clean up those last 2 roaches. And I guess I'll have Force Arrows on my side, but meh. Huh. That seems like a thing that could certainly happen here. I noticed there are force arrows right here. I couldn't have exited any way from this room, except for east. Ah, would you look at that. Is some of this cracked wall or something? Oh, there it is. I can't really tell the difference. I thought I could in this style, but for some reason, I don't know. Bit weird. Anyway. Look, I figured out how to put tar stuff on top of the thing. Aren't you proud of me? Yeah, this isn't gonna work, is it? I sure do love finicky tar cutting. It's possible the backtracking issue in question might have involved this room, say, like having a tar baby alive after killing off the mother and everything, like killing all the tar babies so you get a green room, green doors open. And then unclearing the room with a tar baby, perhaps. Oh. Well, that's... This is a barrel of why. Looks like that's the only orb that does anything. Oh boy. Oh look. I pushed the diagonal button and made this happen. Wonder which magic way it wants me to face. Not that way. That seems like a pretty viable candidate. How do I survive this? I'm not really seeing how to do this. Because no matter which way I face, there's always too many of them. Ah, that works. Thank you. Alright, now back to this tedious mess. Is that it? Is there no other rooms? I didn't see an exit level that I could tell. Hang on. I think that shows the blue door state. Nothing I can do in this room. I'm pushing east at each and every one of these tiles, and it's not going anywhere. There's this weird configuration of arrows right here, which suggests something. Ah, here we go. This is probably it. Okay. 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 What is this? Finish line? Does that mean I'm supposed to be here? Surprise, here's more tar. Congratulations, here's more tar. That's your trophy, it's made of tar. Actually, I don't know what exactly that is. A couple of tuning forks? Is there any exit? There's a couple more exits to this room, okay. So I can go this way and find a way back to over here. But I can also go this way. Oop. Drawed gallery. Not sure how this is a gallery, but okay. Oh, here's a room I haven't solved yet. Wonder how I reach that. I can't view that distant room in puzzle mode, but apparently there was a way to go south from there, despite there being no indication of such. Okay. So I can't get back to this room at all. There are force arrows here, there are doors there, but I would have to be able to get back to this room, to go north from this room, to go west from this room, to go south from this room to clear that room. So that's probably the backtracking issue. The fact that you were just supposed to magically know that you can go south in this gigantic mess. First of all, that you can go south, and secondly, more importantly, that you have to, is exceptionally rude. But if you do that, then I guess you encounter the gallery the way that the architect intended you to, which was presumably going through this way? Maybe? No, you can't survive going through that way. Oh, I'm permanently stuck now. You have to restore out of this situation too. So you have to, first, go south to this room when you reach that room. Second, not go around this really obvious pathway of doors and try to explore. No, go straight back up. Third, go along this gigantic looping pathway that eventually leads to this room. Actually, I might... No, yeah, if I had gone west one tile south from where I am right now, then I would be able to kill these roaches, because I would be occupying these two spaces, killing off both of these roaches. I could turn, and they would be dead. But I still wouldn't have a way back? Maybe this... No, there's a force arrow here that's facing south, isn't there? Otherwise, this would be a way back. What a disaster of architecture. Okay, that's enough of that one. Okay, this one has lighting, so maybe it will be decent. The Morbid Marsh by Rob. Beethro is on his way home from clearing out a small dungeon when he makes a wrong turn and finds himself in a mysterious forest. He thinks to himself. This seems like a contrived setup to create a bunch of puzzles for no apparent reason. Okay. It's Epic Blunder based. The Morbid Marsh, and it's the exact same description I just read. Bet this is a credit scroll. Thanks to Larry Merck, Lucky Luke, and MX Vladdy for testing and feedback. Alright, I guess I'll go west. It's odd to me how often It's odd to me how often authors seem to prefer Beethro being on his way back from smiting somewhere else over the marsh, over like the location itself being the place where he needs to kill the monsters, being the place that he needs to clear. Like, it's always extracurricular activities and never just Beethro doing his job. Like, he's always trying to go somewhere else and he's being inconvenienced by the puzzles, and not the puzzles just being presented to him as, here's a dungeon that you're trying to clear, Beethro. So, what I'm reading here, both of these are on-off plates that close the doors. What I read from that is that I need to somehow push these mirrors onto the plate at the same time as killing these queens. And I'm assuming the Mimic will somehow help me do so. Because why else would there be a Mimic in this room? The big question is, I'm not really sure how to organize myself and the Mimic in such a way that I can do that. Because we're both facing the same direction. So it has to be... have to, like, turn north? I don't know. I'm not sure about this. I don't see exactly how to... I guess if I had the mimic... No, that wouldn't work. Let's see, if I'm here and I move that way, it would kill it. So if I could place the mimic due east of where I am right now and be facing exactly this way, then I could achieve it here. I think the mimic has to be the one that pushes the mirror because the mimic moves. Mimics move after B-throw. So it's my impression that the mimic absolutely must be the one who pushes the mirror. I could be wrong about that, but... The most irritating thing about trying to solve this room is that the queens keep spawning roaches. This room would be no less interesting or difficult, but decidedly less annoying if there were a yellow door or whatever other thing prevents queens from spawning next to the queens instead of just regular flooring. Then again, who knows, maybe there's some way in which this is required for the solution to work or something. Like you have to somehow use a roach to accomplish something. Who knows? I'm just not sure how to get at this needed position. No. Don't push the mirror. No. You throw. I need you to not push that mirror. Hang on. No. Also no. There. One down, but I had to use the other mirror to accomplish that, so I'm not sure that I found the intended solution per se. Hopefully I don't need both mirrors to do this one. What kind of positioning will work is the question. I guess there's more wall here, kind of adjacent to where I might like the... Yeah, okay. That works. Alright, so I accidentally solved what may have been intended as a bit of a misleading event. Because I can imagine someone just carelessly placing the first mirror into the northern queen and then being completely stuck afterward because you need both mirrors to get to the south queen. Maybe you don't need both mirrors to get the south queen, but it sure feels that way. Alright, what do we have here? Is this just a waste disposal problem, or is this something more? that's it. Waste disposal achieved. Now, to go this way. Oop. You have permission to use my tunnels, Dugendite, but only once. Any more than that, and I'm afraid I can't let you leave. Okay. Weird scripting thing. Cool. Okay, well, I see there's a Briar timer for some reason, but it doesn't actually do anything? Oh, I guess I have to clear the room in time to hit this so that the Briar opens the doors for me. And clearing, and there's also a decoy here. Well, I can do it, but I don't appear to have done it in time. That is an awfully short timer. Like, is there a good reason this needed a timer on top of all of its other restrictions? I mean, I don't see a way to be much more efficient than that. I don't see where I've wasted any turns at all, because that was pretty fast. I mean, I have to go for the decoy first. It makes perfect sense to both have this guy kill the brains that are near him. I don't know. This seems like it's way too tight on time. There's no way to do this any faster. I have no idea what this is expecting of me. Well, this looks like a mess of some description. I guess I need to wait for that bomb to happen. Oh, also, here's a roach horde while you're also waiting for bombs and also running away from a guard and a... Like, why? That is too many simultaneous constraints, dude. Supposed to reach the token. And what is this mess? Like, even if I were good at manipulating snakes, I can only really manipulate one thing at a time. Trying to make me do more than one, like, control more than one creature at a time is just asking for it. Man, why couldn't you die of the bomb? There we go. Also, I have no idea where it wants me to actually kill this snake, but I'll deal with that once there's not a roach board in my face anymore. Maybe, but like not this many of them. There. There we go. Solid idea. Alright then. I still have no idea what this mess is about, because I don't see any way to actually even get into that box. Oh, hi, Omplich in my face, right first thing in the room. Great. Cool. Thanks for existing. Given what I've seen in this room thus far, I'm just going to assume that I need this guy for something else later. Because I can't think of any other reason why the architect would choose to put him in very easy reach of killing if I don't need him at the very end of the room for something. closes the way out, opens the way to the brain. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like almost as soon as I saw those orbs, I didn't say anything, but I was like, oh yeah, okay, I need the Onplich for that. The only other thing that you might say I need an Onplich for would be if there was a fuse, but this room is devoid of those. Or I guess an Onplich trigger, or I guess a Stalwart-based trigger where I'm supposed to force a Stalwart to turn around to press an orb. That's the only things about I can think of that you might need an Onplich for, so naturally it has one of those. Oh, and also welcome to a giant disastrous nightmare. I guess I have to kill this pile of gel as soon as physically possible, or else the roach horde will be completely unmanageable before I even get to it. Like, the straw that breaks my back is that this guy has got to be brained. Like, if he wasn't brained, I could just stuff him behind one of these walls and I wouldn't have to deal with him until I was ready for him. But no, he has to be brained and able to pathfind his way around every single wall. Is that really necessary? The Onplich's laser gaze destroys cracked orbs without actually activating them. So it would progress this first orb from cracked to broken without actually activating its effects. And then I would be able to hit second orb. Why? This room is made of why. Sheer concentrated why. I need you to not be in my face. Could you please not be in my face? That's even worse. Like, what magic dance am I supposed to be able to make so that I'm able to kill all of these gel babies without getting stuck by the stupid Onplich, and deal with this gigantic roach horde that you have no choice but to let form? My current idea is to give myself more space to deal with all of the nonsense by destroying the closer tar blob in second instead of the farther one. We'll see how well that works, but... Oh, absolutely. I can't understand why none of the testers said, hey, maybe tone this down a bit, like make the Omtwitch unbrained, or maybe make it not give a giant roach horde or something. I mean, there's no sense in which this breaks any rules. It's just that this is something that might drive the brains up and not in a good way for this thing's this is really, like, the concept of this is dead simple. This is 100% execution difficulty, and I would argue it's kind of bad execution difficulty. Okay, I need you to be farther away when I start hitting this stupid gel pile. Can you please achieve that for me? Well, it's more like our perception of the scale seems to have shifted since the old days, because I think there was a thing recently. King Dugan's Dungeon used to be like the standard 5-brain hold. Somewhat recently, Insoluble made that contest, the 5 brains contest, where you were supposed to try to make something that was 5 brains difficulty. And there were some interesting differences of opinion on which, like, certainly I think some of the offerings, even the one perhaps that got rated pretty close to 5 brains, were somewhat more difficult than at least some of Dugan's Dungeon, I guess. Aha! This is what I need. I need the Omtwitch to dance while I kill these stupid roaches. I'm gonna need to get out from under him somehow. don't think I could possibly repeat that by accident either. Like, it's one of those things you just feel like you eventually got lucky and picked the exactly right configuration to not die. I say nuts to that last queen. Let's just push this guy to where he can do what I need him to do. Well. Thank you, goodbye. Ah. That was a room. Why are you here? Don't you realize what this place is? Long ago, this was the greatest city in the 8th. Then it started raining. It rained for years and years. It eventually stopped, but not before the city was submerged. The island is on top of a massive tower. You would probably have to clean it out to leave, but it's entirely flooded. So thankfully all the vermin beneath this island drowned. So you still need to clean out the surface before you can leave, though. Not my rule, sorry. Okay. Sure. So this is this is the Tower of Babel arc. I notice invisibility potion. There's something weird going on with this. These buttons all close the door to the Conquer token, which I need to destroy all the tar stuff to open. Oh, cool. What is happening? Oh! Okay. Why, though? Why is there... Why? Why is any of this? Okay, so this is a weird efficiency room, I guess. I don't understand at all why. I guess I need to prevent the first spawn, so I'll expend this on that, and quietly wonder why it was necessary to open and close the northern door. That also seems a bit weird. There's like timers in timers. This is really... This is quite a lot. I think I got it though. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand what's up with the light. Maybe it's trying to tell me green is okay, orange means you've almost spawned too much, red means you've spawned too much. I guess. Okay. My other guess is... Yeah, you have to clear this room without using up the invisibility potion to access what is presumably a secret to the north. I don't care. That guy's just repeating his dialogue from before. The Elmtlich Nightmare Room is very easy to traverse back through. I still don't know what's up with the builder in this room, but I guess it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I did already go this way. That's where the exit is. So way back at the beginning, I didn't go south. What? You can't turn on green. You must turn on red. This puzzle was inspired by a pen and paper puzzle, though the name escapes me at the time of writing. What do you mean, must? Doesn't look to me like I have to turn on red. I guess it just means that I can't turn on green. For obvious reasons. Oh, that's what it means. That's what red is. Okay. I was thinking all the trapdoors were red. Okay. So I interpreted red to just mean the trapdoors, period, but it actually meant the places with red coloration, which I didn't notice at first. This is, this room suffers from slightly overabundant, checkpoints, I would say. I mean, that is a lot of checkpoints. Do these... Oh, okay. Well, sort of. Once you understand what the room is trying to tell you about itself, it's actually very readable, because the only thing that matters is the trapdoors and the paths between them. There's ortho squares, so you have to take the path that does things. This is... I think it's just the Morbid Marsh. I'm pretty sure that's also the title of the hold. Yeah, Morbid Marsh by Rob. I don't know how to solve this puzzle, so I'm going to do something else. Be warned, this room has a... This level has a nightmare room. In this room, you must escort an Omtlich from the north all the way down here, and it is a giant mess. There is a Roach Queen horde here. These are impossible. There's a brain in here. Ugh. Probably. I would imagine it's the same person anyway. Alright, so this is a one switch stop, a two switch stop. I don't know why I wouldn't want to get rid of this gel right now. So I guess I'm supposed to try to hold that down. No. This is gonna be something complicated, isn't it? First of all, I need that guy not in my face. So... what is this? That's shallow water. So I need... I need to have a gel baby here as I go up to there, but there can't be a rock golem where I'm standing. There can't be a rock pile where I'm standing, because if there was a rock pile where I was standing, then the gel baby wouldn't be able to go stand on this and kill itself. What? Okay, I have both available, so So the script for the point at which the room is clear is I need to have a gel baby like here. I guess I need to have a gel baby standing here and another one standing here, but I guess I just need 3 gel babies here, here, and here. I guess? Because that would accomplish what I need. But I don't know. If it was that simple, I wouldn't be given rock golems. So I don't think it's really that simple. It would help if I actually used the token. Right, so I think I just need 3 gel babies in that exact configuration somehow. Maybe golems could help me achieve that? I don't know. I guess if there was at least one due north of the button, that would help a little bit. The main thing is, this feels a lot like a room where I'm expected to put a mixture of tar and gel babies somewhere, but it doesn't seem objectively to me like that's actually necessary. Because the only configuration I can really think of for this is one that uses just 3 gel babies and nothing else. Which of course I could be wrong about, but I don't know. I guess I'll stick you here and hope that helps. Almost right. Maybe I should try to leave more of them alive. Maybe if the second golem was here? Perhaps my biggest complaint about the way this room is set up is that there's a really long lag time between when I need to set up the golems and when I'm allowed to see whether that setup is helpful or not. I would have really appreciated if placing the golems and then using them for the tar stuff creatures had been the only 2 components instead of also needing to do this double swap thing. I don't see a good way to ever stack 3 of them, but that appears to be my only option, because it has to be something that won't move diagonally that I'm stacking, and it can't be rock golems because I have to leave the area. So, what? Like, Like, I guess I could try to flood the entire area with tar babies in some way and hope that helps, but I just really doubt it would. I don't know what this wants me to do. Let's just see what's to the north. From here, you may warp to secrets you've already visited that are now inaccessible. Okay. What in the world is this? I don't even. Why do I care about these two doors? I don't see any reason why I would ever care about what's going on with those. But I need that door to be open. So I need to place rock golems in some way that will magically push this rattlesnake into that button. This just seems unrealistic. I don't have anywhere near enough golems to force this snake to go where I need it to go. Besides them being somewhat uncooperative. Whoops. Talk about uncooperative. Guys, I need you to not slam your faces directly into the target. Why do these do this thing? Why do I care that these do this? Whatever. I have no idea how to manipulate a snake like that. Oh look, it's a master wall. Oh look, it's a very red room. What is the deal here? So I just need to get around these two roaches somehow. Yeah, that just seems impossible. I don't see any way to do this. I could do this if there was just one roach, but 2 roaches is completely unreasonable. I think that's everything. I've possibly missed a room to the south of here. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright then. I think I've solved every room here that I'm going to be able to solve. Alright, well... Three is not a bad number to get done today. Given that I started a bit late... This will be stopping a bit early, but I think it's better than trying to go on to whatever Mucho Bukin is. Yeah, look at that. That deserves another day. So, let's see. Today we looked at Monsters and Mazes, which is a far-out game and also not good. It's by an 8-year-old girl, though, so I reserve less judgment than usual. The Monsters Cave, which... I was able to completely by accident discover the brokenness of as far as being able to finish even level 1. And the Morbid Marsh, which is home to a lot of puzzles, some painful, some I think really clever and good. I really liked one west of this room. It was pretty good. But yeah, anyway. Thank you for watching. Oop. Pushed the wrong button. That being the case, I'll be back hopefully next... I think I'll need to be back next Saturday because I have to do some moving. I have to help with some moving this coming Friday, so it's probably good to have shifted back to Saturday anyway. I do plan on doing Valda's story again this Tuesday anyway, but more on that later once I figure it out. Farewell for now.